Happy Halloween.
Yes, we're all ready, aren't we? You got your candy corn on. I got my little witchy hat. I know it doesn't seem possible that it's already October or just about October, depending on when you're watching this.
I know. Happy Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays.
I
Um,
really, I really enjoy it too. I think it's a great day of fantasies. I just think it's just
exactly.
fun. We have so much fun around here with it. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm Betsy Kreider. I'm Be Creative Stamping, and I'm in central Pennsylvania. And we are here to present our Stamp It Your Way kit for the month.
yeah, I'm super excited. I'm Mary Ellen Stites, and my business is Create With Me, and I'm in East Central Illinois. And I'm going to tell you, Betsy, these cards. I think yours do too, but my projects go together really quickly. I think you can do a lot, like a multiples of this, but I just had so much fun. I don't know. There's something about Halloween. It's the colors. It's just
Yeah.
at least the colors I use. They're bright and pretty, and
Well,
I just really enjoyed it.
I actually almost match my card.
That's my
right?
favorite color. So lime green or that's really my favorite. So
It's like we're opposite. Like I'm all like bright.
I know.
I'm all bright, right? And you're in the black.
I
What
know.
the
Look
heck?
at your glasses and your shirt. You're like so me, and I really appreciate that you were thinking of me. And I went all neutral. I went because I have my little like witchy sheet on. So yeah. I'm
exact opposites.
channeling my inner Betsy.
You dressed up as me. I dressed up as you. There,
Yes,
we have our costumes on.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, there's some things going on that we were just going to talk about quickly, and then we'll get right to the project. So, if you're watching on YouTube, of course, we always put the card numbers so you can jump right to the projects. But we hope that you'll pay attention here for a little while. And I want to talk to you first about what Stamp It Your Way is. Stamp It Your Way is a subscription club or a card making thing that we do every month. Betsy and I offer it to our customers. And but if you're just jumping on our YouTube, please keep watching because you do not have to be a subscriber to enjoy creating the projects. You can easily duplicate what we're doing here. We call it Stamp It Your Way because we want you to be able to stamp it your way with what you have in your home, in your studio, with your crafting supplies. If you are a subscriber, though, you do get a lot of product. So it's a great value. You get sometimes it's paper, and sometimes it's ribbon, sometimes it's embellishment, sometimes it's everything. But usually it's around a $20 value. I think we went a little bit over maybe this month, but we usually do. We usually do. And but the kit costs $35 plus shipping if you need it shipped, or if you're local, you can pick it up from either of us. So we've been doing this for, oh boy, a long time, right? I don't know.
We started right after COVID hit in March of 2020. Yeah, we started not soon after that.
Yeah. So it's been over 5 years. So yeah. So we're like professionals now. We've been doing this for a while.
I was just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, we are still so bad at this. You'd think after 5 years we'd have this down. We don't.
We have so much fun though. We have so much fun.
Fake it till you make it. It's all good.
Yeah.
All good.
We do. We have a lot of exciting things coming up in October. There's things that we can share and there's things that we can't share, but I know that some people are watching this way after that. That's fine too. But I do want to share a little bit about World Card Making Day. It is coming up on October 4th of 2025. And it is a day that we've had for a long time where you can get together and make cards. But this one has a kit. Stampin' Up! Has offered a kit that goes along with World Card Making Day. You can register for the event. The event is a free event. It is a 1-hour video. I believe it would be how to put the kit together, right? Don't you assume that's what it is?
I think so. Yeah, there's like a platform. You have to register for it. It is free, but you do have to register. And I think you get a link to a platform that you can then join on the 4th.
Yeah, so you can stamp along with them, but you really want to register. Like you could, I think you probably have to register to get the link for that. But if you're doing it with friend or whatever, and they have it, you want to register too because there's giveaways. I've heard
Yes.
some freebies, so definitely register. But I want to show you quickly. I'm totally enamored with this. I've showed everybody because it's just so fun, and everybody needs a place to keep their cards. So this is a little card keeper project, and there's a place to put your pens and your envelopes and your cards. And then I'm going to just quickly, I'm not going to like dwell on it, but I want to show you how beautiful these cards are.
They
They're
are
thinking of
so pretty.
you. This
They
is
go
probably my
together so
favorite. Hello,
quickly.
sunshine.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. So you see, I'm still going, wishing you the best. Thanks so much. So you're
That was
getting
my favorite.
Yes, you're getting, well, I like it because there's birds, but you're getting, what's unique about this one and what I'm happy about is it's 5 different designs and only 2 of 5 different designs instead of having like only 2 designs and you're making
Right.
3 or 4 of each one. I got a variety and I can pick and choose like happy birthday, thinking of you. And I just love that. So
Can you pull one of the envelopes?
yeah, the
I
envelopes
love
are
a
really fun.
decorated envelope. These
So
are so
yeah,
pretty.
but look at there's
Yeah.
little you can't really see them, but they're like little triangles. I want to say they're hearts, but they're not. They're little
Yeah.
triangles. So you have a
They're
place to
very
address
pretty.
it. That's just a nice little tweedy. You see that?
Yeah.
See that texture? Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
the organizer itself comes in pieces and you put it together.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
You
love a
can,
desk organizer.
yeah.
Anything that I can office supply wise, I'm all over it.
I mean, who wouldn't want to have this on their desk or even give this as a gift? Like you can get 2 kits and
Yeah.
do one yourself and give one away, or do them both and give it away already done for your mom or your mother-in-law or your grandma or whatever. And they can have this on their desk. You put your postage here, and that way they can just pull a card out, add their own cards to it later when they've used all those, and it's sitting right there convenient, like whether it's on their kitchen counter or on their desk or in their living room, wherever. I love
Yeah.
it.
Now I got to buy another kit because you just gave me an idea for somebody for Christmas.
I'm telling you, do it.
Smart.
Please do it because
Yeah.
you need it. I mean, oh
I'm gonna have to get it now.
yeah,
I got it already for me, but now I need to get it for somebody
you need
else.
multiples. Yeah, I think the kit is $32.
Yeah, it's not overly
It's not
expensive
bad.
for all
It's
that you're
no, it's
getting. Yeah,
not.
it wasn't
For
overly
10,
expensive.
seriously, for 10 cards and a keeper, yeah,
Yeah,
worth it.
yeah. But make sure you register for World Card Making Day. And if you go to the Stampin' Up website or you contact one of us, we can obviously give you that link. Sign up for a World Card Making Day event so that you could possibly get some freebies out of it. And then whether you get the kit or not, you can still participate in the World Card Making Day. And we hope that you are going to be making some cards, right?
Yeah.
That's what we love.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
if you can't watch it that day, you can still get the kit as long as they're available, and they may be available for a while, and register and then watch it later and do it as soon as your kit comes. Because by the time
Right.
you're watching this, you may not get the kit in time for the event, but you can do it later. So we highly recommend it.
Yes, it's fabulous. Yeah, yeah. Both
So,
are very much in love with it. So yeah,
oh,
sounds
very
good.
much.
And
Yeah.
now in October wise, yeah, there's some things that we've been hearing about. We've been hearing some little whispers here and there about a lot of new kits that are coming,
Yeah.
some specials that are coming. So make sure you check in with us or check out the website in the beginning of October so that you don't miss out on anything. Because remember, some things are while supplies last,
Yeah. Yeah.
and some
And they
things that are
do
coming
go fast.
up, you're not going to want to miss out on those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's some fun
Mm.
things coming for Christmas and different things. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get to Christmas,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, I
stay
know.
in pumpkin season here first, right? The pumpkin spice season, and let's do some Halloween cards. How about that?
I would love to.
Yay.
I'm so excited. Yeah, let's
Yay.
get started. You want to take me down to my desk?
I can do that. All right, hold on.
Okay, so we are showing Spooky Halloween this month, And look how cute it is. I mean, there's little critters, and I'm going to
That
show you a
little
lot.
puppy dog is
I
so
know. Isn't
cute.
he the cutest?
Yeah,
Little
he's my
puppy and a
favorite.
little kitty, and then all the little words, they're so cute. And then, but I like the dies too, because the dies are fun. Don't just ignore that. But look at, there's
Mhm,
a little haunted house, I guess, and some
mhm,
fence. And I'm going to be using this fun tag and bats and some things to cut out some of the images. These four down here. So
mhm,
super super fun. Then I'm going to show you the ribbon first. Look at this iridescent
mhm,
ribbon in Petunia Pop, and then there's stars. What I like, someone we used this in club this week, and someone's like, no, I'm not going to put embellishments on my project, and I said, oh, why? And she said, because they just ruin it in the mail. And I said, oh
mm.
no, not these. I said, these are foam, and they press flat. So I don't think I can show you on here, but
They
I
are,
they are
yeah,
foam, and they're squishy. They're
yeah.
squishy little glitter stars that are foam. And so you can go ahead and stick a million of them on your project because it's okay. Then the
When
last
you were when you were
go ahead.
getting them off the sheet, how did you get them off the sheet? Did you use, I found I had to use the poker and the
Yeah,
point end to pick them up
yeah.
because I felt like they were moving a little bit or squishing a
Yeah,
little bit. Is that how you
usually,
did it?
yeah, usually I had to go up underneath it rather than using my take your pick tool.
That's what I had to do too.
Yeah,
Okay.
just use
All right.
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Then the other thing that's in the suite are these iridescent treat bags. I mean, I don't know if I go on the white, you can see all the different colors. So I'm going to be using this in both of my projects actually.
Mhm,
It's amazing. It's so fun. So just think it's not just for treats. But of course, as always, the star of the show is our beautiful designer series paper. And I want to just flip through it really quickly. There's just so many fun designs. This one's white with a little bit of orange. We showed this last month, I think.
mhm,
These can all be cut apart, all little tags or little treat things you could put on your little treats for Halloween. A gray. This would be great for scrapbooking or just picking different pieces for your card making. But this part, cute.
mhm.
This is Petunia Pop, love, love. And then candy, got to have the candy.
The candy, I love the candy sheet.
Yeah. And then look,
Mhm,
aren't those little guys cute? And then this orange, I'm going to be using this orange. I really like this orange. And then there's two of these sheets, and these are all punched die cuts. So these just easily can just punch out just like that. So they're already pre-cut out. So look at all the things though. I mean,
Oh my gosh, so much.
seriously, so much. I could show you a million things I've already made with it, but I won't. But I'm going to get started. You want to get started?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm super excited about my project. One is a card and one is not a card. So just stay tuned and you'll see. For the first one, I'm going to do the card first. And what you're going to need is not too much. This will go together really quick and easy. Just wait and see. So you will need that little sheet. So this is a card base. This is Granny Apple Green. It's 5.5 by 4.25. You'll need a piece of basic white that is 10.5 by 4, just a little strip of basic black that's 1/4 inch by 4, a strip of Petunia Pop that's 1 inch by 4, and then just a strip to do a little bit of stamping, 3/8 of an inch strip of determined size is just the length of the words. This is a little adhesive sheet that we've included. We've included a couple pieces that are 1 inch by 4 inch, or we've included a whole sheet. I don't know what Betsy did, but you can cut it apart. It just needs to be 1 inch by 4 inches. And then one of the iridescent treat bags. And you're going to be like, okay, Emmy, why do I want an iridescent treat bag for a card? But I'm going to show you why and how fun it is. So I'm going to get out my cutting and my Stampin' trimmer that has a scoring blade on it. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to score our white, basic white cardstock. And you're going to score this on the long side at 4 inches. You could expand this. So you could say like, okay, 4 inches, and I think it's 9.5 inches. Yeah, 9.5 inches. No, no. Hold on. I don't want to tell you. I was gonna, I
I'm
say,
so
I
glad I'm not
did.
the only one that does that.
Hold
Oh,
on.
oh,
No, where did
nope,
I put
nope.
my thing? Yeah.
Back up, back up.
4 inches and 9.25. That's right. 4 inches and 9.25. Score it like that, or you can do 4 inches on this side and 1.25 on this side. You can flip it and do 1.25. So either way, that's fine. And then this is your card that's going to go on your base. So this folds up, kind of a matchbox style.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, I always like to use my bone folder to give it a good crease. And then this is going to be mounted onto your base right here, but I want to do some stamping and different things to it before I mount it on. So let's start with our stamping. So I'm going to open this up, and I am going to bring in a blending brush and some Petunia Pop ink. And we're going to do a little bit of blending on the 4-inch score. It's 4-inch by 4-inch. And I'm going to do this. I hope I have something to wipe this off. I'm not sure I do. And I'm going to start out really, really soft. And I'm going to start down in this corner. You can do it however you want, but I'm going to start down in this corner because this is where I'm going to put my little character or trick-or-treater. So I can just pick that ink back up. I'm just doing a little circular, kind of a soft, glowy spot right here. I think I'm just about done. I might go off the corner here a little bit.
Looks good.
Just like that. And then I'm going to take the little, I'm going to call them stars, but they're kind of crosshatch little, what would you call those?
Part of me wants to also almost like say like pixie dust.
Sparkles. Yeah, little
sparkles. Yeah, like sparkles or little, sparkles. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to close this up. I'm done with that for right now. And I'm going to bring in some Memento ink, and I'm going to bring in the words, don't worry, eat sweets, because seriously, I mean, that's what we do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. I mean,
yeah.
We try not to worry. We just want to eat sweets.
That's what Halloween's all about.
It is. It definitely is. Okay, now I'm going to cut each of those words apart. Sweets and the word eat, worry, and don't. And I'm going to get rid of my excess. And then I'm going to bring in some mini dimensionals. I've got them in black here.
Well, that's what we gave out this month, didn't we? We gave out black dimensionals this month.
And you know what's nice about those? If you guys have gotten them and you haven't opened them yet, what I like about the black is they come in regular and mini in the same package.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But the black is really nice. It's not necessarily a big deal on this card, but this is what we gave you. So then that's what I'm going to use. But on the other one, the other project is a black base. And sometimes when you just look at it from the side and you see that white under there, with the black, it just takes that away. I'm going to guess
it blends right in.
Blends right in.
You can't see it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to take my words and I'm going to kind of make them a bit willy-nilly over here on the right side. Don't worry. I want to say be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. And I know eat comes next.
You probably don't get many trick-or-treaters out your way, do you?
I get no trick-or-treaters. No, I'll tell you a funny story about that. I get no trick-or-treaters. We've been here for 30 some years. Never had a trick-or-treater ever. But we have another business that is open, and I keep a big jar of candy in there, supposedly for the children. Yeah. So my husband today, we went to Sam's. Should I say that store? I don't know. But he's like, oh, we must look for Snickers. I'm like, first of all, honey, Halloween is a month away. And second of all, you'll have it all eaten before the trick-or-treaters come, which is men in their hunting clothes. I don't know. So, because it's a hunting business. So I'm going to wipe this off. I'm put it on my pants because I'm too scared I'm going to get that all over my card. And I didn't bring any paper towel over here. You're going to do better than me. Okay,
Actually,
so I
no, I
got
was just thinking to myself when you did that, I thought, I don't have anything to wipe off mine when I go to do that.
yeah,
So
go get it now. Go get it now.
I am going to.
I keep, you saw me do this last month. I keep a little envelope in my when I have little things that I can cut out. So I'm just going to show you this. I fussy cut, like I just have a little all the little pieces from that paper. I mean, the little
Look at you
flamingo.
fussy cutting.
I
Oh my
know, right?
goodness.
Right. So I've already picked out my little characters. I'm going to switch things up from my other one. I'm going to show it to you in a minute, but I'm going to use this little trick or treater. Like, look how cute he is. He's got his little mask on and his little cape, and he's ready to get some candy.
Mhm.
So I don't have my big black one, so I'm just going to use the minis. I'm going to pop him up on my card base. I guess I have a trash can over here. I should be doing that. Right down here. He's so cute. Might need some more glimmery things here. So here's the front, and then I'm going to add some stars here in a minute. But I want to decorate this bottom part, and I'm going to decorate it with my cello bag. So you're going to see what I'm going to do. This is an adhesive sheet. I'm going to try to get this off. The other one I did earlier was a little easier because it had a little, yeah, this one does too, a little hiccup in it. So these are, the adhesive is right here. And I'm going to lay this down. I cut it the same size. I'm going to lay it down on my petunia pop as carefully as I can. And then there is just a little smidge here that I'm going to remove that piece. Maybe I might have to get my pokey tool. Sometimes your fingernails just don't quite cut it. Okay. So now I like to take my bone folder and just burnish that to make sure that adhesive sheet's on there. Then I'm going to take my cello bag, and so when I did it before, I opened up my cello bag like that. I cut a piece, I laid it on there and cut it. I got thinking after I did that, I thought, oh, Emmy, why did you do that? I think it would be better if I only cut down, just bear with me here, about an inch. I think I can, well, what I'm gonna do, I think is I could cut it. You know what? Let's see. Can you be my guinea pigs? I want to see
Absolutely.
if I can cut this on here. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna try to cut it around 1 inch. Oh, I don't know. I'm a little scared. Woo! Look at that.
Good job.
All right, so I'm gonna keep that for another project, and I'm gonna remove. I know I'm kind of going all over the place like a squirrel. Betsy would call me squirreling. Right?
Yep. I think I
So
called you that way before it even became popular. I think I was like
I
years
think,
ago. I think I looked
yeah,
at you
you
in your
sure
kitchen
did.
one time and went, "Have you ever seen that
Oh.
movie Up? You're Doug. You're the dog." It's like, you were.
uh,
It's like
you,
squirrel.
you knew me. Okay, so I'm gonna lay my solo bag on here as carefully as I can and just press it down. And it doesn't look like much, right? It just looks, but I mean, when you add it to the petunia pot, like let's get some
The
right
nice
there.
thing about the adhesive sheet is you can't see the adhesive
No,
behind it. Like if you
yeah,
used
yeah,
liquid
totally.
glue or something like that, you'd be able to see it, right?
Yeah, it's totally hidden. So you don't have to worry about if you have like that little hiccup there, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through a folder, and I've got one done here. Look what I did. I ran it
Cute.
through the Forever Plaid folder, and it totally smooths it out and takes away any little, if you have a bubble, don't worry about it. It takes it completely out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere that to, I'm going to use my seal. And I'm going to adhere this to my card down here on this little flap. I'm going to put mine up just a eighth of an inch from the bottom. I want a little bit of the white showing down here, just like that. And then this is where I'm going to take the black. I think I probably better use glue for this. Yep. Okay, and then I am going to put that right here, also leaving a smidge of the white showing. Let that sit for just a minute. Okay, now let's go ahead and stamp our inside. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the petunia pop again. And I'm going to bring in these, well, I'm going to bring in memento too. Let me rearrange this. And I'm going to bring in the words, no tricks, all treats. So don't worry, eat sweets. No tricks, all treats. Whoa. Hold on, I might get my head in the way. I'm going to try this. I am going to get my head in the way because this is important to me. Oh,
Ta-da! Good job.
I know, right?
Nice.
I want to put
Gotta
a
love
few of these
photopolymer.
little, I know, few of these little sparkles right over it. I really want to go back and add some sparkles down here. I'm calling them sparkles. I just felt like you need to be surrounded by that.
Yeah. He's flying around in his little cape.
Yeah, he definitely is. Okay, so now you can make a choice. You could go ahead and glue this all the way shut. You could just glue the edges and stick a little gift card or something in there. So let's do that because on my other one, I glued it all the way shut, but I want to show you the options. I like to go a little bit over and I'm going to just close that so that you could tuck a little. It wouldn't have, let's say it wouldn't have to be a gift card, but if you're giving this to us, a child, let's say, what about a little sticker, like little stickers?
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Like one of those stickers, or what about a tattoo? One of those water tattoo things. Wouldn't that be cute?
That'd be cute.
Super cute. We're done with that. And then just
those cello bags are fun. I mean, giving it just that shimmer.
Super fun. That colors. I mean, just practice on all different card stocks. You'll get totally different effects. I used it on the petunia pop, but here we go. Don't worry, eat sweets. We're going to add some of the stars that I've got right here. Like Betsy said, I think the easiest thing to do is to use your pokey part of your take your pick tool.
And you kind of slide up underneath them. Yeah. Because there's so much foam that they will kind of like distort.
Yeah, they're foamy. So I'm going to put one down here kind of in that gap area. So there is my first card. That went together really, really fast. I got little things all over me.
It's so cute.
Yeah, super cute. I'm trying to see where my other card is. I have it here, but I think I've buried it.
I think you had a little trick-or-treater in the inside too.
That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's why I was going to say. That's why I was looking. So here's my original. And there I used this little, I think it's a bat. He's a little bat and he's pretending to be a ghost. But so I decided, oh, this one I'm going to use. Thank you for that. I'm going to use the little bear.
I love the bear. The bear
is super cute. But because he's looking that way, I think I'm going to put him over here.
He is very cute.
Yeah, and you need him to lay flat. Isn't he cute?
He is so cute.
So cute. Thank you for that. Yeah. So
there you go.
There we go. So cute. And then here's the other one, just so you can get an idea. You could do your sponging around that too if you wanted to, but so cute. So that's my first project. I really, really love that.
I like the unique fold of it too.
Yeah, it's just a little different. Okay, so let me do a little bit of cleaning up and get things out of my way. And then I'm going to bring in my pieces for my second project. This project is not a card, but it is a little trick-or-treating type box, a little treat box. Okay, I just got a little glue on me. So what you need. It's the easiest. I'm so excited about this box because I've been using I'm going to show you like a Christmas version too. I have made one, but this box is like the easiest box. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, Emmy, like I'm going to use this over and over again. This is a half a sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, super easy. You're also going to need some ribbon and a couple little different pieces of designer series paper and some pieces we're going to stamp on, and then a couple that we're going to die cut. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. This is just for die cutting this black here. I just did a quarter sheet so that you could put all your pieces on there. So I'm going to get my cutter out of the way. This is how easy it is. 1 inch, score 1 inch on all 4 sides. 1 inch, turn it 90 degrees, 1 inch, and then just go all the way around at 1 inch. Can't get any easier than that. So you're going to be like, okay, how do I get the middle? And this is where I think the genius is. You're going to take this end and fold it up to this score mark that you have at 1 inch. This will work for any size, any size. Do you hear what I'm saying? Any size. So keep this in mind. It's going to work for any size. So if I had a bigger piece and I scored it at 2 inches and I did this, I'm going to still get the same. So I'm going to turn it and do the same thing. These are going on the short side. Just like that, and open it up. Then I'm going to just take my scissors. First, I got to do a little bit so I can see where to cut. I'm just going to burnish with my fingers this time. Fastest box ever. You're going to take it on the 2 long sides. You're going to cut your flaps. So I cut here. I'm cutting right down the middle. And then I'm cutting this last one. I'm going to turn it and do the same thing, only cutting on the long side, not the short sides. Now, you could leave it like that, but here's my extra bonus tip. You're going to take, if you want to not see your edges, you're going to wedge the 4 outsides, just that side, not both sides. So just those 4 corners. And on this one, you're going to decide if this is my bottom, then I'm going to wedge away from the bottom. So I'm going to wedge the side that is away from the bottom. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I put it together, I think it will.
Could you wedge could you wedge all the sides?
You could wedge all the sides, but you'll have a harder time putting it together because having it square here, when I go here,
It goes flush.
Yeah, it goes flush. Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's the reason.
got it.
You don't have to wedge it at all. But so this I know is the bottom of my box. This is the lid of my box. So I'm going to do a little bit of decorating on this is my lid of my box. And I'm going to do that now because before I put it all together, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to start first by getting my adhesive, which I just stuck out of the way. I'm going to put my designer series paper on the this orange one onto some granny apple green. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp. So I'm going to bring in the bats and the memento ink. And I'm going to stamp some bats on my designer series paper. And I'm going to make a row up here towards the top. Just across there like that. And then I'm going to do a little row of it down here in the bottom right-hand corner. That's just the way I'm doing it. Whoops, I'm going to keep this out though, because I want to use the word spooky. And that's still in here. So that's good. And I'm going to take this off my block. And I'm going to add the word spooky. And I'm going to take my gray paper. I've got a little basic gray that's 3/4 of an inch by 4, I think. And I'm going to put spooky on the right-hand side. Okay. And then I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to flag it. But you honestly could decorate your box any way you want. Like I said, I'm going to show you one that I made for Christmas, but this is the way I decorated this one. I think it's so cute. And there's some uniqueness to it. I'm going to show you it here in a second. All right, so I just flagged my 2 ends. Now I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting. Okay, so I'm going to die cut the this piece right here. I'm going to die cut 2 sets of bats. All right, and I've done that in advance. So I've got a piece that looks like this, and you might be like, okay, what is that? I don't really know, but it is a little bat that we are going to pop the bat out, and we're going to fold it. Let me get this black out of the way so you can see. We're going to fold it in half. There's a score mark right there. We're going to take our time, get it folded. Use our bone folder, just like that. Okay, we're going to make it little pop up like this. Okay, then I've got this piece of green. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it, and on the bottom of this die, you're going to place it just like that and run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And you're going to get a piece that looks like this. Okay. Then I'm going to take my snips, and I want to take out the outside layer. So I'm just making a grand apple green kind of an inside layer for the front of my tag. So there's little places that hold, whoops, the paper framed together. I'm removing that, and I'm going to put it right here. See what I'm doing? I'm just
That's a good
I'm
idea.
just, yeah, and I it's a little bit long. I'm going to take it down just a smidge. All right, so let me bring in my glue. And I'm going to put that. So I'm making a green layer with a little black border and my little bat. And I'm actually going to bump my bat up so he's kind of 3-dimensional, a little bit 3-dimensional. All right, so now I'm going to take my spooky. And what I'm going to do, if I can do this, we'll see. I'm going to come and weave it. So I'm going to get this up as high as I can. I'm going to come up under this frame. It takes a little bit, but it's not hard. And then I'm going to weave it under this frame. That's what's going to hold it. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, I would have never thought to do that.
Just to tuck that in there. Hold on, let me get that point in there. Da, da, da. It just takes a little bit of fussing. I'm trying not to rip it there.
Well, it's a great way of using it a different way, right? Almost like making the tag on another banner.
Yeah, it's gonna make sense. I promise it's gonna make sense. All right, so now see we've got a little, it just stays on there like that. But we want to decorate the inside. So what I've got is a little piece of pumpkin pie, and I'm going to get some pumpkin pie ink, and I'm going to stamp this little pumpkin treat holder. I'm going to do it twice for 2 boxes. I'm just going to need one for this one. And I'm going to cut it out, and what I'm going to get is this. Okay, I'm going to get this little pumpkin right here, and I'm going to glue him on the inside. So I'm going to glue him so he's part on the label and part down, just kind of at an angle, kind of fun, so that when you open, it's a little bit of a reveal, okay?
Cute.
All right, so then the other thing I cut out of this is some bats, and I'm going to need 4 bats. So each die, let me get the die. Each die has 2 bats on it, luckily. So I only have to run it through 2 times. And I'm going to come up with these 4 bats. I want to get them so they're on the right side. I think this one's upside down. Okay, so now I can start doing a little bit of assembly. I'm going to go ahead and glue my bottom layer onto the front of my box. Just like that. Then I want to get my ribbon, and I'm going to do my ribbon before I put my box together. And that is because I want to be able to hide the ends in the box making. So you'll see what I'm going to do here in a second. I'm just going to lay that on there and I'm going to turn it over. I want it to be low. And I'm going to, I probably would have used maybe a little tear and tape. I'm going to try glue, just see if it works. It's probably just going to take a little longer to hold. Let's see. Maybe I'll have to use tear and tape. I don't know. I want to trim this. I think I'm okay. I'm going to trim this one
You
down.
could probably use a glue dot too, right?
Yeah, glue dot. You're right. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll use a glue dot on the other side. I've got one right here. I'm going to just use my fingernails to pull a glue dot up. That's a good idea, B. That's why I keep her around, ladies and gentlemen. She's full of great ideas. Okay.
I have my moments. They're rare and far behind, few and far apart.
Not true. We cut 2 pieces so that you could go ahead and just, if you haven't done this, it's
It's a great tip for ribbon.
Tip, just to give you a little knot there so that you're not like, oh, I have to try to wrap it around. No, let's just put our paper or put our ribbon, and then we're just going to take another little piece and cut it and tie it in a knot. Okay, so now I can glue my banner on. I just move that, so I'm going to move it back. I'm going to lay it kind of under the ribbon on an angle. I want it on a fun little angle. I'm going to add, get my little black mini dimensionals, and you'll be like, why are you putting this all on there first? But you'll see why. I'm going to add my bats to this front, a couple of them. This is where having the black comes in handy. And you see what I was talking about? Like, you don't see, when you're on that side, you don't see that white. It's just black. So
I caught someone the other day, not necessarily caught, but I saw someone the other day who was coloring the sides of the dimensional because they didn't want the white to show. And I said, do you realize that we have black ones? And they had no idea.
Oh, well.
They had no idea we had black ones. And I was like, instead of coloring the side, because they did not want the white to show.
Now I'm going to go ahead and put my box together. So I'm going to do the box bottom first, and I'm just going to put some, this is Seal Plus, onto my box bottom. Let's see if I can put this all together. I'm only doing the box bottom here first. Get my corners together like so.
So you scored 1 inch all the way around and then folded up on the short side up to the bottom of the score line on the other side.
That's correct.
And then just trimmed, and you were able to create a box with a lid.
Yes, with a lid. So now it's amazing. And I mean, it goes together super fast, but then the decorating is what's taking a long time. This is why I wanted the ribbon down first, because I'm going to hide it. I'm sandwiching it in there. If I would have trimmed that off, you would never see that little bit. Like this side, you won't see it. See, and then this goes down like this. But wait, there's more. I'm not done yet. I'm going to add a little pop-up element to this. So this box is super cute, just like that. I want to add a little pop-up element, and you can do a little, you could punch out a little something, but I'm going to do a little pop-up element. And so I'm going to take my last 2 bats, because you're probably like, okay, what are you going to do with those? And I've got a piece of window sheet. It is 3 inches by 1/2 inch. And I am going to need tear and tape for this. I'm going to take a little bit of tear and tape, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of my window sheet. And I'm going to put this inside my box so that when I open up the box, my bats are going to fly out. But because it's a window sheet, you won't really see it. So I'm going right here in the middle of my front, and I'll press that in. So there's that. And then I'm going to take a couple of mini black dimensionals. I got to see which is the right side. This is there. Okay. Boom. And I'm going to put them here so they pop up. But I want to add some of the Petunia Pop stars in between them, a couple, to add a little bit of color. I'm going to pop one here, if I can put that down. Then I'm going to put a big one here. And then when the last thing is you're going to want some candy, right? So this is kind of an aside. This isn't really part of the tutorial, but I want to show you, if you just take a 1" by 3" strip of designer series paper and one of these candies that look like this, and you just take your seal, you can press it on the bottom, put a little bit of seal here, and then wrap it around your candy to kind of camouflage it. So now it's pretty just like that. I'm going to get the bag that I cut short. So this is the one that I cut short, and I'm going to put my candy inside my bag, inside my box. This is the hardest part, just putting the candy in there. I think I needed to put it like this. Da-da-da-da. Okay, you could just fold it over and then set it in your box. And then you push your little bats in and you close up your box. No one's going to know.
Gosh,
You go,
look how cute
look
that
at
is.
this little treat. And they'll go, oh, what's in it?
There's little bats
Say,
flying out at
oh,
you.
little bats jumped up at me. How cute is that? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, seriously. So let me show you my Christmas version. And I'm going to give you a little, oh, this is a big, I think, treat here. Do you know what I made this out of?
I don't recognize the paper.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you. It's not paper. It's a card. It's a card from the Christmas Greetings Mix and Match.
Oh,
so this card is, I know, 6.5 by 8.5. So that makes the box a little bit wider. I have big plans for this box. I did no stamping on this. I took the, I know this is not part of it, but I'm just going to show you anyway. This is the Christmas Tags and More paper, and it comes with little die cut sheets, tags. I mean, this paper is so cute, 6 by 6. Get you some, I'm going to tell you. These make great gift card holders. This one I did punch. See, I punched a little half circle there, but you could put gift cards in there. It went together lickety split so fast.
So that's the same box you just made.
Same exact one, 1" on each side. Yep, didn't do anything different. So the fold for the card is right there. You can't see it. You never see it. If as long as you don't score it on that, you'll never even know. I mean, I think maybe if I don't know, you can barely see it's right there. But I never folded the card on that, so you don't even know it's there.
And you never took any of the, because the card is front and back the same plaid, right?
Yeah. But if it wasn't, it would stop here, and then the box bottom would be white. So don't stop at this card is what I'm saying. Like any of our pre-done cards, even if this side is white or something else, would still work for the top to be that. But isn't that a cute idea?
Yeah, now I'm adding that to my shopping list.
Oh no, you must.
My gosh, is that cute?
Yeah, so cute. So that is what I have to show you. And
okay. So this is my card. This is the first one that we're doing. And like I said, I just thought this little Franken puppy dog was just the cutest little guy. So this is the card we're going to make here. I do have the lemon lime twist paper. So I'm going to create my card base with that. And I am using, of course, my envelope. And then I have 2 pieces of basic black and then 2 pieces of, is this gray granite or did I use, I think I used gray granite. I like gray granite. Smoky
Looks like
slate is a
gray
little
granite.
too, yeah,
Yeah.
it's gray granite's a little dirtier looking. Yeah, so gray granite. And what I want to do is, before I put anything together, I want to make sure that I'm using the most out of my paper. So let's say this set's going to go for the inside and this set's for my front. I'm going to take the fence die and I'm going to die cut that out of the center of the piece that's going to go on the front, because when I die cut that out, I'm not going to see that.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
always
now
smart.
I get this fence out of this piece without needing another piece of paper, because that's just all sitting back there anyway, right?
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great tip.
Right. So yeah, do that first. Die cut your fence out of this piece that's going on the front. I don't do the one on the inside because if I'm writing, I don't want to hit that. I don't want it to be uneven. So I always
Oh,
do it
that
for the
makes
one
sense.
that's going to be on the front, right?
That's a good idea.
Okay. So for this one, what I'm including is like a pre-punched circle. We're using the 2 3/8 circle punch. And what I'm going to do is just create like a large like shadow of a moon behind him. So I'm going to use basic gray ink and a blending brush. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of tap that onto my paper there because I want it actually kind of really light. There's no right way or wrong way. I'm going to actually line this up. I'm going to bring it down a little bit, right about there, I think. And I'm just holding it. If you were doing a lot of these, you might want to tape it down. I feel like I have a shadow, sorry. If you were doing a lot of these, you might want to tape it down. But all I'm doing is just running this around the edge of that masked, that negative area, right?
Yeah, and just like we talked about last month, is it you don't need as much as you think you do. You
No,
don't need
so
it to be really
right, it
dark.
doesn't look like I put anything on
It
there.
doesn't.
But watch.
Yeah.
Look.
Yes, I know. That's great.
And I just want a hint of it, right? I just want a hint of it. And if I needed to, I could come back and line this back up again. So if I wanted like one area, let's say if I do it this way, if I wanted one area like this lower area to be a little bit darker, I could come in and just add a little bit more shading so that one side of it was a little darker. See that?
Yeah, it's cool.
Right? But that's all you have to do with that is it's so easy. You don't need a lot of ink. A little bit goes a long way on that one, okay? So use your mask, create your little moon shape. And then I'm going to, with Memento, I'm going to stamp, whoops, I'm throwing stamps here. I'm going to bring in my pieces. And what's going to happen is that I want to stamp, I'm not going to put these together quite yet, but what I want to do is I want to stamp my bats that go across the top of my card. And actually, yeah, I'm not going to do it first. I'm not going to put it together quite yet. But I want to know that my bats are going to go across here. So I'm going to do, I'm using the basic gray again. And I'm going to stamp my bats. So I'm going to start in the middle, right about here. And then I'm going to come off this side. And then I'm going to come off of this side. Like that, to get my bats going across the front.
Okay.
Then I want to see where is that going to line up here. Okay, so if this is going to be the front of my card, where is that going to line up here? So I'm going to stamp bats now on my card base. So I'm going to slide this out. I'm going to stamp bats right there. I'm going to line it up again. Bring it over onto this side and then stamp again.
That's great.
Like that. So that now when I put these two together, to like reach around here. Put these two together. This is going to line up like that, right?
Cool.
So it
Yeah.
looks like it's all cohesive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The fence is going to go on here as well. Now remember, it's not like we're attaching something that has to be like permanently. I mean, this is just lightweight paper. Do I need glue on every single post? I do not. A little bit of glue goes a long way. I'm not even putting glue on that middle one. There's no need to. On the ends is plenty. And I'm just going to add my fence there. Okay. And I think what I did was I actually added a little shadowing along the bottom as well. That way you can actually see the difference. Do you see it? This has a little
Yeah.
bit of shadowing along the bottom. So I
Yeah.
brought this in and I kind of just buffed up this bottom
Oh,
a little bit,
yeah, yeah. That's good.
right? To give it a little more of like a ground look.
Yeah, and it doesn't
So
matter that you've already put it on the block because you don't see it.
you don't see it. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good
Exactly.
idea. I like that.
Right? It gives it more of like a little bit of a haunted look,
Well, yeah, yeah,
almost.
well, it's gonna just say spooky.
Spooky look. Yeah, I have a shadow. Sorry. Okay, so this one is going to go on. Actually, before I stamp, I have to do my greeting, but I don't want to do my greeting until I do my little guy. So I'm going to bring in my little Franken puppy here. And I'm going to stamp him with Memento. And while I have the stamp, we gave like a 1-inch piece of the candy, DSP, the designer paper for the candy. And what you're going to do is really all I want to concentrate on is where his shirt is. So I'm going to ink it up, but really the only part I'm worried about inking is the shirt, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to like kind of look through and see what kind of candy do I want under that's going to show on his shirt. So like I like those two little candy corns.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stamp so that the little candy corns fall right on his shirt. Like that. Right? And then I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to cut right on the line and cut out his shirt. And I think they call this, what do they call this? Paper piecing?
Yeah, paper piecing. Yeah.
Paper
I wondered
piecing.
how you did that shirt.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
paper
cute.
piecing.
Yeah, I like it.
And just cut right on the shirt to give him a little, he's got to have a little shirt that
Yeah, it's like a
matches.
little fabric. Yeah, just like like it's its own fabric design. Yeah.
So you could do this with just about any image, right? Any kind of line art image that you want to use the designer paper as the accent. Like you don't want to color it in. A lot of people say, oh, I don't like line art because that means I have to color. Well, I'm not coloring in his shirt. I'm using the designer paper to fill in that space.
Exactly.
So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to color to use like line art, right? So this eventually is going to go right there where his shirt goes. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's super cute.
It's so cute. All right, so I'm going to color him in, and I'm using Lemon Lime Twist. I'm using the light and the dark of the Lemon Lime Twist. And I think we've talked about this before. If you've watched our videos, there's a couple ways you can go about doing this. You can go light, dark, light. You can sometimes go with the dark and then add in the light. I'm going to go with the dark and then the light just to kind of show a different way of doing it. So all I'm doing is adding an outline with the dark Lemon Lime Twist. And all I'm doing is lining his little face and his ear. And what I can do then is come in with the light, and I usually do like a circular pattern. I just blend right over top of that dark line that I just put in there. And it blends that dark line out.
But yet it gives it dimension.
Correct. It gives it still that shadow look. And then I just kind of build it in till I get it what I want. Right? Easy.
Yeah.
So if you're worried about blending, things like that, or getting shadowing, it's really that simple. It's just adding that little bit of dark around the edges to get your lighter look, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm bringing in Daffodil Delight. And Daffodil Delight, I'm going to use the light on his little eye. And I'm also using it on the little candy. And I forgot, I also need to stamp with Memento. He's going to eventually be holding a little bucket for all of his little candy. So I need to get that little guy too.
You need that.
And then I'm bringing in Pumpkin Pie. And Pumpkin Pie, I'm going to do his pants in the light Pumpkin Pie. And here I'm not even shading. I'm just doing the light as it is. And then he's got socks on, so we're going to give him some striped socks. So I'm going to go light underneath, and I'm also going to do light on his little caps of his sleeves there. And I forgot his little chest. He's got a little chest right here. He could through on his V-neck and his little bolts on the side of his face. And then I'm going to come in with the dark. I'm just going to add a little dark to his socks. And then the pumpkin, what I did was I colored in the pumpkin with the light. And then the little stripes coming down the pumpkin, I added the dark. Just like that. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then because I wanted the lollipop to kind of match a little bit, I took the dark and I just went right with the swirl and added a swirl of orange of the pumpkin in with the yellow.
That looks cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you could die cut this. Go ahead and die cut this now if you wanted to. I already have it pre-die cut. I already did it for us, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put this guy on. So all I did was just added a little bit of liquid glue. And in this case, instead, because my fingers are fat, I don't want to have to try to get glue on here. So I know exactly where this is going.
Exactly, yeah.
So why not just put the glue right here on him instead? Because I know exactly where this is going to go, and I'm going to put that right there.
Couldn't you just color him all day long?
I know, right? And actually, I can see what I did. This one, I gave him a vest on this one. Do you see that? Because I didn't do his sleeves.
Oh, okay.
That is so funny. I did not do his sleeves. So we're going to give him an orange little, we're going to give him a vest.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we make it up as we go. There's no right way or wrong way to do this, right?
Yeah.
It looks cute that way too.
So cute.
Yeah, I'll just make this part darker. Stamp it your way, folks. We just make it up. Just do it. Look, so you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, he's adorable.
He's cute. So, very easy. Cut out your little jack-o'-lantern and your little bucket there, and we're going to put this in. Now, before I do put that on, though, I do want to stamp my greeting on here, and I'm going to stamp the no tricks, all treats, but I want it in my moon. So I know he's going to go right about here, so that kind of helps me to know where to stamp. So I'm going to get this here. Hopefully I have enough room there. So I'm going to, actually my bats probably should have gone up a little bit, so he's going to have to come down a little bit more, but I'm going to do it right here. On the moon, we're going to do our black dimensionals on the back.
Like they just disappear when you take those off.
I know, right? They don't even look like they're not even there. And then because my bats are on here, I want to line that up so that my bats are going together. And then he is also popped up because I am a big fan of dimensionals, so I'm going to use them. I like that. He's going to go right here on our fence. I'm going to bring him down a little bit because of my greeting. My bats probably could have gone up a little bit more.
I
And I'm
like
going
them
to
when
add,
they're in the moon. I like them when they're in the moon like that.
you like them right there?
I like the bats going across the moon.
Yeah, they kind of need to go there. I probably actually what it is I probably should have brought the moon up a little bit higher. My
Oh,
first
I see.
instinct was to go higher, and I didn't. I doubted myself and I went lower, and I should have stayed with the higher and I would have had more room. So if you bring your moon up, you won't have as much issue. And I'm going to put his little jack-o'-lantern in his hand right there. Cute, right?
Cute.
The next thing we're going to do is stamp our inside. Okay. We're going to do our inside, and I'm like feeling Mary Ellen this today. I don't know why, but I am very much feeling, I get so much inspiration from her. She does this trick all the time, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this. Where Don't Worry, Eat Sweets is a really long stamp, but the nice thing about it is I can see right through it, so I can ink just the don't worry part with the little comma, so that now that's the only part that's inked, and I can stamp that there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then clean my stamp, bring the stamp back in, and now go from the other side. Isn't this the neatest trick? This is
Yeah,
Mary.
I like that. And we did this here the other day in one of my classes in my club, where because it was photopolymer, we made the stamp fit a banner that was curved, and I wish I had the sample here to show you, because it was so stinking cute.
Right? It just makes it so much easier to be able to do that, to be able to add, you can just stamp what you want it to do where
Yeah.
you want it to go, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you can curve it. I was using the coneflower one in class, and there's a stem for the coneflower, and I curved it on the block
Yeah.
to get a curve, even though it was a straight stem. Mm-hmm. All right, and then this guy is going to go in the inside. Now, I apologize in advance. I am in the process of, I was at a retreat, and then I was at another retreat, and I'm getting ready to go to another retreat, and all of my things are in retreat bags somewhere. So my stars are not here. So I don't have my stars here at the house to show you how to put the stars on, but you can kind of see where to put those stars, right? Easy.
Yeah.
There's my first one.
Cute. It's so cute. I love
He's
it.
so cute. I just love him to pieces. I could just sit here and just color and play with him all day. He's so cute. Okay, that is my first one. The second one, my second card, get rid of some of this, is this one. This one is super cute. It uses a lot of designer paper on this one. Lots of designer paper on this one, and one of the pre-die cuts, those sheets that Mary Ellen was showing you with the pop-outs. So that's one of those pop-outs that we're going to use on this card. And it opens like that. Okay. So I've got my basic black card base. I'm going to use that. Now, in the packet, if you got the packet this month, there are 2 different pieces of lemon lolly. Be aware that there are 2 different sizes of lemon lolly. One is going to be for the front, which is the larger size, and the smaller size is going to be for the inside, because your designer paper is going to fit on this front piece.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to go together here. And it's just leaving a 1/8 inch border around it. Shimmy that a little bit. Okay. Then what we have is another piece of designer series paper, and I think this one is 4 by like 2.5. And what I want to do is I'm going to create my hill or my mound on which my house is going to sit. So I'm going to grab a hold of an edge of this designer paper, and I'm going to tear it to create my little hill that my house is going to live on, right? But now all of a sudden I've got white and I don't like the white. So what I want to do is I can use a blending brush, but I'm going to actually just use my ink pad and I'm going to run right over that white.
That's a good idea.
Just to kind of get that white core base. Because again, it's just a hill that my house is sitting on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I want it to give like that feel of like a hill and not have it be quite so white. If you want to, you could take a piece of tissue or something like that just to make sure that you get any excess off of there. But it should dry for you pretty quickly. Okay. So that this is going to go here.
Yeah, it's crazy. It almost looked like it was part of the designer series paper. I wasn't sure how you were going to do it.
Right?
Yeah. It's a great idea.
Just, I didn't like the white. The white was like, oh, I don't want that white on there.
Yeah, no.
So there's that. And then we have pre-punched out a circle, again, 2 3/8. And this is going to be our moon up here in the corner. Now, here's a little trick for this. I want to get as much of the moon on here as possible, but I also need to pay attention to the point of the card up here. So all I'm going to do is when I glue this on, I want to make sure that I just do enough to cover that point. Do you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to add adhesive to the back, and I know where this is going again, kind of like the dog. I know where I'm going, and I'm going to slide this on to the point where it just covers up that point.
Okay.
And once it covers the point, I'm good, because now what I can do is flip it over and trim the back. And that gets me as much of this moon on there as possible.
That's a good tip.
And then just trim there. So there's my full moon. Okay. We have a piece of black in there, basic black. And this piece, what you're going to do is not only are you going to cut the house, okay, but you're also going to cut your fence, okay, and this actually does go here like that. And then you're going to cut the bats so that when you cut it all out, that's what you're going to get. So that you can use that whole piece to get all of these pieces that you need. And you'll cut the bat twice because you'll need 3 bats. You get 4 and you can do something extra with that. And when you have your house, we also have a piece of lemon lolly, and I wanted to have some lights on in our house. So this is just a little strip of lemon lolly that's going to fit behind our house like this. So I'm going to take some liquid adhesive here, liquid glue. I'm just going to add around certain parts of the house, little chimney area here. Again, less is more. You don't need a lot. I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to let that set there for a second. So that it kind of is behind my house. You see the border around it?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm going to let that sit for a second, and I'm going to bring in my bats and bring in my fence. So my fence, just like I did before, a little bit of glue on the back. You could, this would be also a good thing to use those adhesive sheets with, because it'll add the adhesive to the back of it. And I'm going to kind of put my fence a little crooked coming down that hill. I'm going to bring in my little pre-die cut now. So Spooky, you can kind of see Spooky's right there. And I'm going to stamp my memento right onto the die cut. Like that. So that he's going to get popped up here. For the inside, what I ended up doing was stamping Happy Halloween. And again, you know, sometimes not all, you don't always have to use white or vanilla for the inside. I'm using lemon lolly just to match my front. And I like the look of the black with the yellow. And I'm going to bring my bats in. I'm going to add a couple bats. I love the fact how the bats have like almost a V shape that fit right around the Happy Halloween.
Yeah, it's
right?
cool.
It's like somebody was thinking and said, hey, I know those should go together, right?
Exactly.
Somebody was thinking about it. Have we talked about the changes coming up as far as stamps are concerned?
I don't think that we talked about it last month.
Okay. So just so everybody's aware, there are going to be some changes coming in around November, December, and we can definitely give you more information as that comes about. But one of the things that Stampin' Up! Has found is that it's becoming harder and harder to find the pieces they need to make our cling stamps, which are the orange rubber stamps. It's getting harder and harder to find the pieces that they need to manufacture that. So starting in November, they're going to start to transition out of the cling stamps and go more into all photopolymer. All photopolymer. So everything, and they're made in the United States. They're made in Utah, which is fantastic. But everybody is oohing and awing over everything being available in the clear, because you can see how easy everything is to do when it's in that photopolymer, right?
I know. I'm not sad about it. I'll just say.
Yeah, I'm not sad about it either. Okay. So to trim this house out, what I did was I kind of used, I almost have my scissors, there's my scissors straight up and down. I have them like sideways, and I'm sliding the paper in between, and I'm just sliding that blade right underneath it. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And I'm trimming, and I'm just sliding it underneath each one of those sections and trimming where I want it to go. And if you feel like you have too much, just go ahead and trim off what you don't have there. Don't need. And again, sliding underneath.
Yeah,
So I'm trimming out the pieces I don't need, right?
Yeah,
This is
I guess
easy,
in
right?
reality, you only need to be up above the circle window, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could just chop that, depending on where you put glue, I guess.
You're right. Exactly. That's the one thing that, again, you want to be kind of careful where you're putting your glue so that when you do it, this is like the easiest way I found to do this. Do you have another way of maybe doing it?
No, I think that's fantastic. No, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
this to me was the easiest.
Yeah, yep.
Just kind of hide it behind there and then just hack away at it and trim it up. You don't care what the back looks like.
No.
To get the colored windows in there. So that is that. I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of my house.
Well, one of the going back to the photopolymers, one of the other benefits is we're going to have some space-saving storage.
Yes,
with them. So
that also is coming. One of the things I'm very excited about is that the new packaging that's coming with the dies will have the images of the dies on the front of the packaging.
That's going to be great.
It's going to make it so much easier to know what is in that die set without having to like open it up or have it on a different kind of packaging. I'm adding a little glue to my little bats here. I'm going to add one here, and I'm going to add one up at the top. This. And then the third bat, I went ahead and decided to pop him up, and I'm just using a little half of a mini dimensional. Have him coming off the moon there a little bit. That's it. Whoop. Helps if he sticks. Come on, stay there. So there is my second card, and there's my Happy Halloween in the inside. And you could do the envelope as well. And I just did like little bats on the envelope. And again, this is why we decided to give the stars out as one of our gifts for this month, because I went a little star happy on this card.
Crazy.
Yeah, I went a little star happy, but there's so many that come in that pack. There's like so many stars between the purple, the black, and the white. I was like, well, I could use a ton of stars on this card. So that's what I did. You could use maybe 3 or 4 if you want to, but I wanted a whole starry sky scene thing going on there.
Of course you did.
Of
and
course
it looks
I
great.
did.
Well, I just realized I forgot to put the stars on the front of my box, so I can show that when we go back to.
There you go. Perfect. All right. Well, let's go back to us. Yeah, I liked all of them. I liked everything this month. I like everything every month.
I was saying, what are you talking about? I like it every month.
Yeah, I like it every month, but Halloween, I think, has a special place.
We did it in this color too.
Oh yeah, cute.
On the little flap, but see how
with
the little
purple
bat, right here, he kind of flies up too, because then
you
open them. Yeah, but there's
so cute.
There's it with the stars. So
good job! Yay! We did it. Yeah, so there's some changes coming, and changes can be good. I know a lot of people get really hesitant about changes, and it can be a little frustrating sometimes, but in a lot of ways, changes are good. Stampin' Up! Is always trying to stay current. Stampin' Up! Is always trying to not, you'd be so bored if we offered the same thing over and over and over again. And you want new things, you want new inspiration and better ideas and better packaging. And Stampin' Up's always trying to find a better way and keep costs down and things like that. So changes can be good. And I'm looking forward to some of the ones that are coming.
Yes, we've seen a lot of changes over all the years that we've been doing this. So, but some have come and gone, and we've just rolled with it. But to stay relevant, I think it's super important that we do change. So sometimes change is hard, though. Change is hard, but that's okay.
Yeah. That's all right. I just spent the weekend with a lot of scrapbookers. Scrapbooking is coming back around again. Scrapbooking is super popular. It's a room full of scrapbookers, and we offer so many scrapbooking products now too, which is fantastic, which again was another change that is just for the good.
Oh, it's been great. Super great. So excited.
Yeah. Yes. All exciting. So next month we are featuring, this is September. October, we are featuring the Gathering Moments, I think is what it's called. It's an online exclusive. It might be Gathering Together. I think it's Gathering Together, but it's part of the Gathering Moments suite.
Yes,
right?
I think that's correct.
I think that's right. Or I have it backwards. It's one of the way. It's Gathering Moments or Gathering Together. It's an online exclusive. It's a wonderful fall stamp set, and the paper is just gorgeous in it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's got touches of gold. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very, very pretty. Lots of leaves, lots of, very nice fall paper. So we'll be featuring that next month. And if you are interested in that, please reach out to us. We do, if you did not sign up for this kit, but you would love to have the instructions and all the measurements and everything for that, we do sell our tutorials. You can see that in our comment section or in our summary section here on the video, where we have PayHip stores, and you can click on that and you can go out there and buy the tutorial for this or other past tutorials that we have available out there as well. And of course, we'd love it if you subscribe to our channels. That helps us, and it helps you to know when we post our next video.
That's right. That is right.
You got it. All right. Well, I am all trick-or-treated out. I'm ready to, go eat my candy. So
I was just going to say, can we go eat the candy now?
Yes.
Please,
yes. Let's go eat candy now.
Eat all the candy.
All right, everybody. Have a very safe and happy Halloween.